AYSO.
For this Western Conference matchup between the Western Conference leaders, Orange County, SC, and the Real Monarchs. The force is strong here tonight at Zions Bank Stadium. Chad Barrett alongside Landon Southwick for the call of tonight's game. Chad, we've got a matchup between two sides that are right even, almost even in the table, looking to try to get 3 points tonight.
Yeah. Orange County comes in, top of the league. It's been about...
Monarchs entering with a 4-1-1 record, and Orange County entering with a 5-1-2 record. Having a quality season so far, sitting on 15 points, like I mentioned, top in the Western Conference. Chad, we got you back.
Now we're good. I had the wrong headset, everybody. I'm very sorry about that. As he was saying before, it's a Western Conference rival, Orange County SC versus Real Monarchs. Orange County SC is coming in very hot, and it's Star Wars night, so the force needs to be strong with Real Monarchs tonight. They come in riding a 2-game goalless streak, which needs to be broken. The first goal needs to be scored at Zion Bank Stadium, and it needs to be Chandler Hoffman. 180 minutes of scoreless soccer for the Monarchs. On the flip side, Orange County coming off a 1-0 victory at Colorado Springs, and a side that's playing very well. 5 clean sheets for Orange County, and they've been solid in the back all season long. Oh, I mean, it's impressive how many zeros that they have on their sheet, and that just kind of is a testament to their coach and how they're set up in their formation and how they buy into the system. They're going to be playing out of that 4-4-2 formation, and they're built strong through the middle. Andrew Rawls is going to be in goalkeepers, played every single minute, as long as Aiden Quinn and Voltsen up top, the Danish international. He's top of the league, 5 goals. You got to watch out for everything through the middle, everything through the wide. It's going to be a good matchup because Real Monarchs is equaling that. They're going to have big fan favorite Charlie Adams coming back into the lineup, and then we're going to get some bolstering in the back. Moberg steps out as long as Gallagher, and in comes Marcelo Silva and Taylor Pay.
Down from Real Salt Lake, getting an assignment tonight, getting some minutes here, both coming back from injuries that have plagued them. There's been a lot of injuries with Real Salt Lake this season, both getting an opportunity to go together. What do they need to do as a center back pairing to make it a successful night?
Well, stay healthy is the big thing. You know, they haven't been in. This is the chance for them to come back and get minutes, but also it's a chance to really help the Real Monarchs into their season. They are a great team, so when the RSL's teams comes down and they play on, this team, it's like, okay, well, it's not just us getting fit. We're here for pride. It's something that Mark Briggs and Mike Pecky have just pounded into both teams. And I think that we're going to get a great show. And, I'm really hopeful to see Marcelo Silva back and healthy.
On the flip side, Orange County SC affiliates with LAFC, who opened a brand new stadium this last week in a beautiful just game down there, and they did some exciting things, held things late to score. The Monarchs are trying to do the same thing here at Zions Bank Stadium. Haven't scored a goal yet here. Last game earlier this week, Monday night, opened things up against Las Vegas Lights and played to a 0-0 draw.
I mean, they certainly had the opportunity. Down to 10 men, Lights FC goes in 20 minutes. You would think, just like the RSL against Colorado, they would have that same kind of luck where they would pound in a goal early and it could have turned out 4 or 5-0. But that didn't end up happening. They ended up struggling, couldn't really find. They took a lot of shots. Farino, the goalkeeper, played absolutely outstanding. He was the man of the match for me for their team. So can they break that down? Can they find what they were missing? Sometimes you just need that first goal to go in at the new Bank Stadium, get the fans behind you, and kind of just go from there.
The Monarchs trying to deposit 3 points into the bank for the season. Like we mentioned, Monarchs 4-1-1 on the season, sitting on 13 points with 6 games played. Orange County 5-1-2, 15 points with 8 games played. So the Monarchs have 2 games in hand from Orange County, but have a chance tonight to level up with them in the standings at 15 points.
With 2 games in hand. So it's important. It's always important to take points at home. They really missed out on the last opportunity against Lights FC. This is the chance to really come back and try and score some goals on a team that is really stingy and not into giving up goals.
Good crowd on hand here at Zions Bank Stadium. Monarchs going to be moving from left to right or south to north. Again, we'd like to thank all those of you tuning in tonight on ESPN+, KMYU, and ESPN 700, our radio affiliate here in Salt Lake City. Actually, Harriman City.
Harriman City, yes.
$78 million complex here. Zions Bank, Real Academy, Deloy Hansen done a good job of paving the way for the MLS. He's one of few organizations here in the country that have their own training facility, especially to this caliber.
By him building this facility, by bringing the academy from Casa Grande, Arizona up here to Harriman facility and building this great structure for soccer, he really, you can tell he wants to make this the center of Utah, or center of soccer for Utah.
And we're underway here at Zions Bank Stadium. Orange County in their all whites with an orange trim. Real Monarchs wearing their claret and cobalt kits. Red socks. Cobalt shorts. Be a throw-in for Orange County. Looking forward, defended there by Kalen Ryden. Also pinging around a little bit.
What's interesting was you see Andrew Brody, what can he do here on the right side? He came in as a midfielder in the last game to kind of push forward more. Now he's dropped back probably into Adam Hanley traveling with RSL this week, him getting his chance. I'm looking forward to see some sparks out of him and him coming up the right side being a natural attacker.
A giveaway ball looking wide from Master over to Michael Chang, and that's going to go out for a throw-in just in front of the Monarchs bench. Portillo. Been a mainstay for the Monarchs this season. Played in every game and every minute so far.
And this is going to be a tough match for the Monarchs. I mean, not only are they going against a team that doesn't give up many goals, but a team that wins away. And that is something that has shown really strong. And they haven't really got their foothold into this new stadium just yet. Rio Tinto, they were unbelievable last season. Can they do the same thing this year?
A foul just inside the center circle. Almost at the midway stripe as Charlie Adams is taken down. Pay looking for Kalen Ryden, and that'll go over his head and be out for a throw-in.
You're probably going to see that a little bit out of Taylor Pay and Marcelo Silva not having played with these players a whole lot. There's going to be a little bit of miscommunication, some untimed runs, balls that don't get played. But that, but the caliber of player that Silva and Pay are, I expect that to be fixed within the first 10, 15 minutes of the match.
Powder, Hume, Yul Nelson, and Amico in the back for Orange County. Duke, the captain, plays it up over top. Silva's there. He'll play it back to Connor Sparrow. Long touch there by Sparrow, able to play it away quickly. And a nice job by Christian Duke to maintain possession for Orange County. Quinn, he'll play it wide. Berman, defended by Ryden. Orange County and the Monarchs attacking third. Looking inside, nice give and go there, and an opportunity for Orange County. Clipping it in, cleared out by Andrew Brody, but not all the way. Duke.
Some really precise passing going on there, moving the ball up really well. You can see they have a lot of confidence in their play right now and a lot of trust in each other with the capability of the ball handling.
Quinn looking up over top. Sparrow's going to let that one roll. On turf, Chad, that's one of those things where it's going to move a little quicker. Obviously, they watered this down, so that even helps maybe a touch more.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, on the defensive side of it, you want to see those balls rose out, and you want to see them check up. And on this type of turf, especially new turf, the chance that it's actually going to check up is much higher. So later on in the half, those balls that are skipping forward won't be skipping forward. They'll be checking up. But in the first 15 minutes, you really want to kind of aim towards the corner. That ball wasn't far off, though. It was a nice little chip in, and you can see their timing was just a little bit off.
Berman's going to go down. They're challenged by Adams. It'll be a foul here 4 minutes in. Here at Zions Bank Stadium, a good crowd on hand, still filling in.
The one thing about the Monarchs is that they have so many different changes from just 4 days ago, which you need. I talked to a lot of the players after the game. They said the field was very hard, and that's what we think is going to happen because it's a brand new field. It has to have time to set. So how are their legs going to recover from just Monday?
Chad mentioned Monarchs coming off a game Monday, and there's a shot and an opportunity for Orange County. Silva had his hand up.
Looks like someone let him get free a little bit. It looked like Berman got in there, and he just missed a scissor kick right there. Luckily for Connor Sparrow, if he gets anything on that, it's going to be very hard for Connor to react. Anything from that close in, whether it's a header or a volley, is always unpredictable because not even the forward knows exactly where it's going all the time.
Monarchs struggling to gain possession here. Sebastian Velasquez yet to find his pace in this game. Ball up over top to Selbo. Selbo defended by Brody, and he'll be called off. He'll be an offsides on Orange County.
And Orange County doing a really nice job right now of exploiting both flanks. They've had 2 attacks down the right and 2 attacks down the left. To Monarchs 0, they just kicking the ball out of bounds. Really struggling this first 5 minutes, which isn't really typical of a Monarchs start or team.
Brody on the touchline does a good job to turn and get away from his defender. Looking forward to Chang. He plays Chang forward. Chang's in space. He's going to move inside the 18. Chang's going to pick up his head, looking for attackers, and it'll be cleared away. And it'll be a corner kick for the Monarchs, the first of the match tonight.
Oh, you'd love to see Master Casher there. He had a head of steam. If he cuts across, it allows Chandler to go to the back post, but Chandler was slightly behind him in the run. Can he get forward and cut Chandler off? Let Chandler go back post. That way you have somebody at the front and the back post, because that was good ball by Chang. Great ball by Brody in behind, and just that speed by Chang can't be caught.
Adams and Portillo are going to step over to take the corner kick for the Monarchs. Looks like it's going to be Adams serving in with his left foot. He'll whip it in. Looking, shot, and a goal! Michael Chang finds the back of the net for the Monarchs here in the 6th minute of play.
You always have a great left peg. I kept talking about it in the last game against Lights FC when Charlie Adams came on. He's always dangerous with his left foot. Chang went from assist, went from provider to scorer, comes in, and he really just kind of throws himself at the ball with the defender, just makes himself big. That's what you can do. You can cause havoc and chaos, and sometimes it just bounces in. It's an unlucky break for OCSC, but I can't even tell if it was his goal, if it came actually off the defender, but we're going to give it to Chang. Great start against the run of play as well.
Looks like he may have got his foot on it. It looked like he could have been 2 players.
I think maybe he gets the bottom of his left foot on it, and it just takes an awkward bounce. And like we said before, the turf can play games, so any amount of spin, it acts a lot like a tennis court where it can spin into the net. And you know, it's a terrific goal at a terrific time, especially when the Monarchs are feeling a ton of pressure.
Chang with the first ever goal here at Zions Bank Stadium, opening the count for the Monarchs in the 6th minute of play.
I know Chandler Hoffman wanted to be the person to do that, but I think he'll be okay.
It's always that pride thing.
Yeah.
Would have been fun to see him do a Brian Dunseth and head over and stomp the corner flag down.
He's such a team player, though. You know, I know he just only cares about the wins, but you know, really hope for him, you know, get to 50 and then even, you know, more past that.
Brody's going to head it away. Chang there. It'll be kept in by Orange County. Oh, Brody there with a great little challenge, gets on the ground to disrupt the attack of Orange County. Sebastian Velasquez with it at his foot. He has fancy feet. Nice footwork. He'll be stripped and dispossessed. Ball up over top. Chandler Hoffman, he's in. Kind of at an angle. He'll cut back inside the box, taken down, no foul called. Looked to be the right call.
I think it was. I think Hume got a little arm in on him, but I think he won the ball right before that. It was a great tackle in the box. Really nice for Chandler to get in behind. He kind of matches these defenders speed for speed, but really well done by Hume there to get that ball cleared.
Hume's down at 6'5". Got a little height advantage there on Chandler Hoffman.
The tall ones are always slow, so.
At least that's what I like to think.
Spoken like a true forward.
I say the same thing. You used to say the same thing about Chad Marshall and Waston and even Olave, Hamilton Olave. He was much faster than he seems. There he is on the bench, probably thinking he could have run down that.
Hamilton Olave, a great player for Real Salt Lake over the years. It'll be out for a goal kick. Connor Sparrow is going to take it.
Always a super fun player to play against, though. He always made sure that you got your money's worth as a forward. I always felt it in my body the next day.
That's why they called him the Verb. 10 minutes into this one, Monarchs lead 1-0 on a 6-minute goal by Michael Chang. His first of the season. He has 3 assists to go along with 1 goal now. Powder moving forward. He'll pick up his head. To Hashimoto in the center of the park. Defended well by the Monarchs. To Selbo. Selbo. Straight across from the corner flag. Trying to cut inside the 18. Defended by Brody. Clipped in. Kept in by Duke. Selbo's going to get it back, and he'll take a crack. Takes a deflection. Monarch's going to try to move forward. Cashier tries to play it to himself. Looks like he might get there. Defended well by Orange County.
If you're OCSC right now, you're trying to figure out what to do. You haven't been scored on in 2 games away from home. Now you've been scored on. You had the better of the play going in. How does that affect your attitude? It's really important now that the Monarchs really step up their lines and try and put some pressure on. You can see they've gone very thin in the back, and OCSC looks like they have great wide players that have speed and love to get in behind, and they've exploited that in the opening 15 minutes.
A tall center back pairing tonight for Orange County, 6'5" and 6'2". If I'm not mistaken, Chandler Hoffman's just around 6 foot.
Which is kind of impressive. It makes it even more impressive, Michael Chang's goal, you know, scoring on, because that's who he was over.
Ball's played all the way back to the keeper, Rawls. 5 clean sheets on the season for him, having a quality season so far, leads the USL in clean sheets.
And on the other end, they have Van Voltsen, who's got 5 goals, 2 assists, is only second in USL. So he's a danger no matter where he is on the field. You have to keep eyes on him at all times. Danger
on the attacking side as well as the defensive side for Orange County. We'll get a second look at that one. So yeah, kind of riding up his back there a little bit.
Oh, that's a forward specialty. The defenders do it to you in the defensive half as the ball's rolling out of bounds. They take the foul. If you feel that little pressure on the back, you don't have a good first touch. Go ahead and just absorb that pressure, draw the foul, let your team move the line.
Looking for Selbo, and that one's going to cross the end line. It will be a goal kick for the Monarchs.
And you can see they're not letting Monarchs do what they normally like to do and play out of the back. They want the ball punted to their big center backs. Win that header, win the second ball, and then advance.
One of the things that they've looked for is Selbo has been one of the players they've targeted here in the last few minutes. Selbo matching up with Brody.
It seems like Selbo's just got that speed that no matter what you do, even if you defend well, you have to hold that line. It seems like OCSC wants to get him in behind a lot because of his speed, in which, you know, if it's a good ball and if it's enough of a good ball and it's angled in behind and he gets in behind Brody, I don't think Brody has the quickness or the speed to catch up to him.
He definitely is one of those players that has an engine. Chang back to Brody. Brody's going to clear it forward, looking for Velasquez. Be headed down Quinn.
In 2 years, I'm not sure if I've seen Andrew Brody tired, to be honest.
A little bit of a late call there by Quinn. A second look at that one.
And as he just, you know, he's just kind of playing back. Sebastian Velasquez, he likes to just kind of dip his foot in there. He's very small, so he sometimes catches the back leg of the player. Player that was very good at that was Landon Donovan. He would be chasing you down, and as you were going to kick the ball, he would always just slightly touch your back leg. And so it looked like you almost tripped yourself.
Semi like a clip.
Oh, no semi. Oh, no semi. It was always intentional. He just perfected it.
Landon Donovan, a Southern California boy.
Wonder if he's watching this game.
Down in Mexico now. Ball's up over top. Sparrow's going to come off his line. He'll collect and pull it inside the 18. Silva telling him to slow things up. Still keeping at his feet. Duke's going to challenge him a little bit, so he picks it up. 14 minutes in here at Zions Bank Stadium. Nice crowd on hand. It's still filling in. Like we mentioned, the Jazz play tonight. A big game here locally.
Probably why we don't see as many seats sold tonight is because obviously the Jazz have played so well this year and earned this attention. So I'd imagine if the Monarchs or RSL was in the playoff as well, they would want all the attention from the Jazz.
100%. 1-1 in the series so far with Houston. Good ball movement there by the Monarchs. Going to play it forward to Pay. Pay's going to clear it.
That might seem like it wasn't the best play, but that was actually really smart. He had 2 guys bearing down on him and no real options to play it. Sometimes it's just a safe play to just get rid of it. And that was a great play from Taylor Pay.
Joel Nielsen. Out wide to Amico. Looking forward. Ball's up over top. Cut back, good opportunity here for Orange County. Save by Connor Sparrow between the wickets. He kept it under him, and a good job there by Connor.
That was terrific all the way around. What an unbelievable time. What an unbelievable time run here by Owen Volton. Great ball here. I think it was by Berman. Cuts it back inside behind Taylor Pay or Marcelo Silva. Great cut. He probably thought it was out. It looked like it was going to skip out of bounds. Cuts it back. Connor Sparrow gets down and denies the 5-hole. That was a great save.
Good job there by Connor Sparrow to keep it a 0 for Orange County. Chandler Hoffman playing out wide. Chang calling for it. Chang's going to get it. A nice ball there by Portillo. Chang's going to cut in with his left foot. Takes a crack. Nice bending ball and a big save there by Rawls. It'll be a corner kick for the Monarchs here in the 16th minute of play.
It's why he was my man of the match the last game. Portillo with an unbelievable ball out to Chang, and Chang using his a little bit scared of him now because he's got him behind him a couple times, stands off him a little bit too much, cuts it into his left and rips it behind, and it was a little bit guarded by the defender. The keeper saw it late, makes a great save down to his right by Rawls.
Portillo and Adams in the corner. Monarchs scored on their last corner kick. Adams will drive it back post over the top of everybody. Pay's gonna run it down, he'll keep it in. Gonna win a throw in for the Monarchs. Pay's gonna slow things up.
Pay also coming off a knee injury. It's always tough coming back to a turf field as your first game back, but you need these minutes to prove yourself here and for the RSL team.
Portillo, the center of the pitch, just on the fringe of the attacking third of Orange County. Ryden out wide. Ryden has 2 goals on the season. Looking for a hat trick in the game where he scored both. Ryden tries to clip it in. It'll be another corner kick for the Monarchs, the 3rd of the match.
The one thing that you wouldn't assume about Ryder is that he's actually a very good dribbler of the ball. But he had his run where he almost scored the hat trick in the game where he had 2 goals. He almost had that great run for a 3rd goal that might have made Sports Center. And then he also had one the other night against Lights FC where you're surprised that this big man has such nice feet.
He has speed. Watch out for him on the corner kicks. He's defended by Yul Nielsen. Silva, Ryden, and Pay all up there for the Monarchs. Inside to Chang. Chang looking, another opportunity, glancing header just wide.
It's just one of those matches where it seems like Chang is going to have everything fall his way, and he could have a really big night. He's already got it open 3 times, scored one of them on probably the one he didn't have the best actual look at goal, but he seems to just keep getting open, and that's something that the OCSC coach was probably focused on at halftime.
If you have any questions or comments for us, find us on Twitter at Landon Southwick and at cbarrett19. Landon Southwick joined alongside Chad Barrett, 14-year MLS veteran. In a storied career, won championships all over the place.
Hoping it's not over, but you know, some things you can't control. In the meantime, though, I'm having the time of my life here with Landon Southwick here in the booth. 33 years old and all.
Just turned 33.
Just turned 33.
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I just say young 30s when people ask me.
Sparrow looking forward to Chang. Chang's gonna win the header. Still up in the air. Adams into the center of the pitch. He has space in front of him. Picks up his head, looking wide to Cashier. He'll still running, no one defending him. Out wide to Chang. Chang looking back post to Cashier. Cashier in the middle of the 6, and it'll be headed away.
Hoffman got kind of caught watching the ball. I think he thought Cashier was going to take a shot himself. Cashier seemed to go a little bit past it, plays it back across, where it would have been great if Hoffman was here in the middle, if he was looking for it. I think he's there at the near post, thinking it could come to him. Sometimes it's, it really is a game of inches, and I'm sure Hoffman will be like, oh, I could have been there. But, great play, but it all started with a great win by Andrew Brody. He's not big in stature, but he plays really big.
The Energizer Bunny, as I like to call him. Silva. He'll play it back to Sparrow. Innie Volson chasing him down. Portillo is going to come back and collect from the midfield. He'll pick up his head. He'll spray it wide to Brody. And Velasquez. Velasquez looks like he's been marked by multiple men throughout much of this match. Really hasn't been able to find his rhythm.
he really likes to get the ball further up the field and work his magic, do a couple moves, take a shot, get a nice pass off. But he's really had to drop in because OCSC have done such a great job of having good formation.
Adams to Velasquez to Hoffman. Hoffman, it'll be cleared away, but kept in by Chang. Chang looking back post, right in. It's going to go over everybody's heads. And Ryden's unable to keep it in. It'll be a throw in for Orange County on the far side.
It was a weird first 5 minutes from the Real Monarchs, but you can see they've settled in. That goal by Chang really changed things a lot. It changed the mentality of the whole game. And since that, the Monarchs have really been pressuring OCSC and making them drop off more and more and more and taking them out of their offensive game plan, which has been terrific from the Monarchs.
Cashier, he'll pick it up. He's one of those players that likes to cut in. Plays on the left side, a right-footed player. Done an excellent job cutting in. Nice flick there by Sebastian Velasquez. Looking for Cashier. It'll be kept in, and it will be a corner kick for the Monarchs.
And you can see why Sebastian Velasquez is marked so tightly. He just had a little bit of space, and he doesn't need much, and almost put a perfect pass through to Master Cashier. Great run there. But it just seems like OCSC doesn't really know who to mark up right now. And right here, get tight on these set pieces. They haven't been great. They've given up 2 headers or one, I guess, foot.
This is the 4th, and there's been 2 headers on that.
And there's been 2 headers, but open headers, open looks. So they need to get tighter on their marks.
Opportunities aplenty so far for the Monarchs on these corner kicks. Portillo sends it in, looking, headed, kept in by Chang. Velasquez is going to take a crack, takes a deflection. Chang's going to chase it down. Looking forward to Velasquez. Wow, they looked like they were on the same page, reading the same book. Velasquez, defended by Hashimoto.
Great physical play there from Sebastian.
Brody, going to get around his defender. He keeps it in. Nice job there to use some of the sliding techniques that he did. Back to Velasquez. Monarchs going to reset. Still inside their own half. Be sent back to Taylor Pay just along the midfield stripe.
That was a great play there by Andrew Brody, but he's definitely going to be hating that for the next few days with those strawberries on his knees.
Looked like a little bit of a splits. Cashier, he picks up his head. Looking to flick it back post to Hoffman. Hoffman was making a back post run and punched out by Rawls.
Great run there by Chandler. Great ball in by Master Cashier. Even better by Rawls. Great punch.
Selbo to Yul Nelson. Out wide D'Amico.
OCSC just really need to find their game again. Start working it down. Go side to side. Stretch Real Monarchs. They'd like to stay really thin. Stretch them out and see if you can't get Belso out there. See if you can't get Berman going, because that takes more pressure and more attention off of Einvoltson for him to be in a more free space for that ball that he got played through, like the through ball.
Ball forward to Duke. Duke's going to chase it down. Defended by Taylor Pay. He's going to get there just in front of the corner flag. Picks up his head. Orange County's in business. Quinn looking forward. Shot! And a big save by Connor Sparrows. He parries it wide. Wow, a good opportunity there for Orange County.
Exactly what we were talking about there. They got the ball out wide right, came back to the top, and a great ball slipped in there by Aiden Quinn. It was beautiful. He had about 5 yards of space. He turned. He probably didn't think that he had that much time. Great save, equaled by Connor Sparrow, though.
Brody will win it and send it forward. Still in. He'll be just out for a throw-in.
That'll give OCSC some confidence going now. They got a shot on target now. They've had 2 good chances. Connor Sparrow's made 2 good saves. So they know they just have to keep plugging away. They're going to get these chances. And they've got to be hoping that Connor Sparrow won't have the same type of night that he's had for the first 23 minutes.
Something worrisome for the Monarchs in that situation. Both center backs were kind of set wide. And that Orange County was able to find that seam right in between the center backs. Well, a clean shot.
Yeah, Marcelo and Pay are just as new as anything on this team. They're just as new as anything on this team, is what I was saying. Is they haven't played together in a center back role. Taylor Pay's had some workout with the Real Salt Lake team at center back and at right back, but really hasn't got a good foothold yet.
Shot! Big save! Connor Sparrow put over the bar. Aiden Quinn almost found the back of the net here in the 25th minute of play.
And this ball was moving, laid back. He takes a nice thing off his chest. It's on turf. It keeps its bouncing. He sends an absolute rocket at Connor Sparrow. Luckily for him, right at him. But Connor Sparrow does what he needs to do and pushes it up over the bar. Great save, great effort by Aiden Quinn. Aiden Quinn really finding his game right now and feeling comfortable. You can't let him have too many more long shots.
Corner kick. Hashimoto's going to take it for Orange County. Orange County has some size in the box. This is their first corner kick for the match. Whipped into the near post, headed out by Chang. Kept in by Duke. Hashimoto is going to try to send it back in. Forward Adams there on the challenge, and it'll be a free kick just outside the area.
Could see yellow here too, yep. Kind of lazy defending here by, who's it, Ryden? Adams, yeah. Adams comes in. There's no need to really go to ground there. He's already headed to the sideline. He needs to just keep on his feet. It's a real English tackle that he puts in. It's a good hard tackle. I'm sure Briggs loves to see that kind of intensity, but you don't want to give up a free kick in this area and also take a yellow in the defensive half as a midfielder when the ball's out on the left side.
Charlie Adams there, getting a look at him.
You know,
he's the assist so far for this only goal for the Monarchs here at Zions Bank Stadium, and now shown yellow in the 25th minute of play.
And he's got to stay on the field. That's the thing now, is you got to be smarter. You can't be as hard as you want to be, as he likes to play.
Opportunity, a nice little crack. I think Quinn was looking at goal there. Quinn has a rocket on his foot, and we've seen that twice so far tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a perfect opportunity for a set play where you can have him on the ball. You've already seen that he has a rocket, so they're going to respect that. Can they have everybody crash the near post and then have somebody swing around at the top of the key for some kind of a trick play?
Whipped inside the area, Silva rises. He'll head it wide, and it'll be another corner kick for Orange County.
Such an imposing figure, Marcelo Silva. His size, he has all the perfect attributes of a defender. The biggest thing with him and with RSL is he hasn't been able to stay healthy for long periods of time, and then when he doesn't stay healthy, he picks up cards. So he needs to try and stay a little healthier and try and be a little bit less card happy, I would say.
Shot up over the crossbar. Walker Hume put it up over. He rose up, found it with the side of his foot. A decent opportunity, probably not the best execution, but from a center back, those are the type of things you're going to get sometimes.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get most of the time, to be honest. You know, they're good they're good with their head, but they're not so good with their feet. You know, he got into a great spot. He rose up well. Those are hard to keep down. You're really just trying to use the velocity of the cross to kind of guide it in. Anytime that you put a little bit of foot behind it, you can really send it kind of anywhere. It's a tricky one, especially when you don't shoot all the time. You're not in those situations. It's not going to be a normal thing.
Orange County controlled approximately the first 5 minutes up until the Monarchs goal. Monarchs went on a run for a little while. In the last few, Orange County's kind of settled in and is now starting to control the game.
Yeah, soccer's all about a game of swings. You're going to have 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. That's the thing, though, is you want to make sure it keeps swinging in both directions. If you're on either team, it gets really bad. You know, last week's or Monday night's game against Lights FC was all one-sided after that game. It wasn't really a game to watch, and it ended 0-0, but it should have been 5-0. Lights FC did a great job just kind of bunkering in. 11v11, though, much different story. And OCSE looked prompt to respond.
Berman out wide to Hashimoto, looking forward to Berman. Berman still making the run. Taylor Pay there. Look to try to push it out for a throw-in, but it'll cross the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Orange County.
And a lesson to all defenders, he's very right-footed. He always wants to use his right foot. If he uses his left foot, he hits it out for a throw-in instead with his right foot and knocks it out for a corner kick. Sometimes, even though it's not your favorite foot, you just need to clear it and get rid of the danger, get back into your positions, and defend from there. But giving up a corner, especially when they just had a chance on the last one, isn't always a great idea.
Hashimoto with the corner kick. Looking, wide open header for Hume. Man, he found his spots, a design play there, and he lost his mark.
Yeah, great ball served in there by Hashimoto, and he just kind of wheels around off his guy. He's so big, he can move players at will, and he just comes in and he tries to guide his header. Didn't really put a whole lot of snap into it, but he just gets underneath it a little bit. He knows he should have done better with that one. That was a good chance to make it 1-1.
A good opportunity there for Orange County. When you're standing at 6'5", a lot of times you can find yourself under those type of balls. They'll play it forward.
Defenders, though, especially center backs, they're so used to hitting the ball up and out. They do so many practice sessions where they practice clearing the ball out of dangerous situations and getting it up and not really getting it down. Forwards practice getting over top the ball and hitting it down by the keeper's feet. If he does that, it might not go in because there was a guy on the back post. It still could have been guarded.
Velasquez dispossessed. Selbo picks up his head. Powder making a nice overlapping run. Can he get under the end of it? He gets there, whips it inside the box. Good opportunity for Orange County. Headed up, and it'll be collected by Sparrow.
Selbo and Powder are really starting to show a good relationship there on the left side and playing the same ball that they both get, that in-behind ball, and utilize their speed, get behind the defense, and they can both proven to serve great crosses in.
Monarchs looking to attack. Forward to Ryden. Ryden picks up his head, finds Adams. Still looking forward. Can Ryden get on the end of it? It'll across the goal line. Excuse me, the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Orange County and rolls.
This is something that I wish. I don't wish Briggs is the head coach, but I would like to see is as they try and play out of the back, especially when you're at home, I like pressuring a team that doesn't normally play on turf field. They played a couple games away, you're a goal up. Can you pressure them into a mistake early when they're playing out of the back?
One of the things that we don't often get to talk about, or excuse me, we get to talk about a fair amount, but with teams from California, you've got to think about altitude. At some point in this game, later in this match, altitude could become a factor. Ball's played up over top to Cashier. Cashier just cutting in, was unable to backtrack and get under it, and it'll be a throw-in for Orange County.
Well, there's your altitude factor right there that the Monarchs will know a lot better than Orange County will, is the ball carries anybody. Anybody that has ever played golf in Salt Lake knows that you can hit your pitching wedge 10 yards further. The ball travels a little bit more. It kind of travels in funny ways. It does even more funny things on the turf. Orange County needs some time to adjust that, but if you've never played here, you don't know anything about the altitude.
Adams.
Second time you play here, though, you're well aware.
Orange County and the Monarchs squared off twice last year. Monarchs won one and drew the other. The draw was to give the Monarchs the 2017 USL regular season championship. Their first hardware. Cashier's going to cut into his right foot. Still on top of the 18, looking forward to trying to find Chang, defended well by Powder.
Great step by Powder.
Selbo's going to move forward. Selbo 1v3 or 4. Does a good job to keep possession for Orange County. Nice tackle there by Brody. Brody picks up his head. Had his jersey pulled for a quick second. Continues to move forward. Cashier.
Brody's playing like an absolute monster at that right back position, playing much bigger than he appears on the stat sheet or the bio sheet for sure.
Ryden trying to get around his defender. Berman. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs. And they're attacking third. Looking into Velasquez. Velasquez gets away from his defender. He's inside the 18. Ball on his left foot. Tries to cut back in. Nice shot opportunity there for the Monarchs. Parried away by Rawls. Still kept in. Monarchs still trying to attack.
That's what the Monarchs fans love to see, and every opposing coach hates to see. Missed opportunities. You let one of the best players, one of the definitely most skillful players in the whole league, dribbling at your tall center back. Obviously, he's quicker. He makes a great step to the life, gets off a great shot. Again, another great save by Rawls.
Portillo sprays it out wide to Chang. Chang defended by Powder. He'll pick up his head back to Brody. Oh, Brody. Not sure where he was passing that one.
I think he, with the sun maybe shining in his eyes, he might have thought the referee had a dark jersey on.
Adams. He'll look forward to Ryden. Ryden's able to keep it in.
Monarchs really enjoying the lion's share of possession right now. You can always tell by how far the outside backs are forward. They're almost forward like they are in a second half when the team is down. That is a great sign and something that Briggs will love to see.
Chang cuts back into Velasquez. Portillo to Velasquez. Monarchs at the midfield stripe. Taylor Pay and Silva in the center back positions. Adams looking forward to Velasquez. Velasquez made a nice run there, just needed to be clipped a little softer.
Realizes that Chandler checks back into that space and leaves the space wide open when he drags the center back out. Velasquez makes that run in behind him. I think he would have liked the ball a little bit sooner, but I don't think Charlie Adams saw him early enough. Plays that ball on the side. They almost get onto it, but on this turf, everything's going to run out.
The last few seemed like the Monarchs were maybe maintaining more of the possession, but the statistics show to the contrary. 55-45 for Orange County. Portillo and Adams. Adams is one of those players that plays with kind of that English flair, the hard-nosed tackles, kind of a rough, gruff type of guy, but one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, but if you really get to know him, I mean, he's just like any Englishman I've ever played with, you know. He really just has an edge to his game, and that's growing up with that pressure and that everyday just grind of trying to, you know, be better. And he's always had people bigger than him, and so you have to match their aggressiveness over there.
Orange County switches the field. Looking forward, cut off by Silva. Adams is going to pick up his head inside the center circle. He'll play it wide to Cashier. Ryden's trying to make the overlapping run on him. Cashier cuts back into his right foot. A little stiff arm there to Hashimoto. Chang out wide. Inside the 18, it'll be cleared out by Hashimoto, kept in by Portillo. Portillo's going to take a crack. Parried away, still inside the 18. Cashier's there, out wide to Ryden. Ryden clips it in, looking for Hoffman, back post, and Rawl is going to collect.
Wow, what a great rip here. You knew he was going to have one. He's been playing long balls for the last 2 games. Long balls for the last 2 games. He comes in here, it takes a great first touch, and there's only one thing on his mind. Rips it off the end of his toe, and it just sends a little knuckler to Rawls' way. Luckily, kind of right at him, but Rawls still does a good job to parry it far enough away from goal.
Out wide, Selbo, he's in, behind the defense, looking inside the 18. Silva's there, takes a deflection, still on his feet, takes a deflection, and Sparrow will collect.
That's what I was talking about before earlier. Selbo with that speed. As soon as he gets in behind Brody, Brody has to make a decision whether to kind of lay off of it, and just let Marcelo Silva take over there. Silva just holds him up just enough, and Taylor Pay does a great job covering.
Velasquez taken down, fouled not once but twice on that possession.
He gets fouled a lot for how quick his feet are, I think.
As Quinn is going to get a talking to, as we'll take a second look at both those fouls.
I think the Orange County defender just wanted to make sure that the referee saw the first one, so
there's
he just
the first,
did it again.
And there's the second. Maybe a light one, as Aiden Quinn's going to see yellow here in the 37th minute of play.
It's hard to imagine that being for anything that the tackle was. It didn't seem that malicious enough for yellow card, unless it's constant infringement, maybe, but maybe it also might have been something he said. Might have been something that he said, something he'd agree with.
And Chad, one of those situations, it looked like more of the kind of the professional foul, trying to slow up the fast break that the Monarchs had moving forward. But it's definitely a possibility that there was words exchanged. Happens quite frequently.
Maybe I'm just thinking of me.
We're not allowed to repeat those words on air, but we'll keep it at that. 39th minute of play. Monarchs still lead 1-0 on a goal in the 25th minute by Michael Chang, assisted by Charlie Adams. Both teams with opportunities so far. Sun starting to set here in Harriman, 71 degrees, beautiful spring evening. Chang. Nice idea there, looking for Hoffman. Maybe could have, if he would have played that with his other foot, could have bent it into the run of Hoffman.
And that's something that they built up over the first 6 games, is maybe that wasn't being pulled off in the first 2 or 3 games. But now that they've been playing with each other, he knows that he wants that first time ball, and he's...
Ball up over top to Selbo. Played inside the box. Eve Olsen. Ball forward, still inside the area. Hashimoto is going to try to keep it in, and he'll take a long run out the back.
Good idea there from Aiden Quinn. Good idea, though. That was Hashimoto made a good run outside. Doesn't seem like the fastest player. He's got an engine on him. Fakes the shot in. Everybody thinks he's going to shoot because of that rocket he released just 10 minutes ago. Plays out to Hashimoto. On turf, though, it's always going to run out.
40th minute of play. Be a goal kick for the Monarchs. Orange County's bench is up, starting to stretch. Monarchs still have their guys sitting on the bench. Ryden's going to win the header. Forward, Velasquez. He's behind the defense. He cuts back in inside the 18. And Walker Hume does a nice job there to cut off Sebastian Velasquez, who was trying to cut it back and looking for Chandler Hoffman.
The first 5 minutes, or the last 5 minutes in the first half, is such a pivotal point in the game, because if Monarchs go up 2-0 and they get that goal right at the end of halftime, it's such a massive blow to Orange County's self-confidence and team confidence, and it's so much harder for the coach to have a good conversation with his team at halftime. But if they manage to get that goal back before halftime, it completely changes the game and turns it on its head. And that's what they're going to be looking to do these last 5 minutes, really push forward, try and get a goal. And all Briggs is probably telling his team is make sure you keep in your formation, stay in your blocks, don't make any mistakes, try and get a goal if you can.
On the flip side, what is Orange County trying to do here in these final 5 of the first half and change?
Well, I think they want to be rewarded for their fine play. They've had the bulk of possession, as you said. They've had a lot of good chances. They've gotten behind. They've come in from long range. They've had balls in from outside. They've almost had good chances off of corner kicks. This is a team that can attack from really anywhere. They have speeding behind. So this is something that's not going to be easy for the Monarchs to deal with the entire game. They're going to need another goal, I think, to beat this team.
Adams. Back to Silva. Out wide to Brody. Ball doing the work. Selbo chasing. Looking forward to Chang. Powder's there. Powder's going to get on the end of it. He'll keep it in. Oh, excuse me. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs and Chang. He'll quickly take it. Looking to Portillo. To Velasquez. Velasquez, one defender to beat. He cuts inside. Takes a crack. Near post. Just wide. Hits the side netting. And a good opportunity there for the Monarchs in the 43rd minute of play, and we'll get a second look at that one.
It looks like great ball in here. It looks like he almost breaks Hume's ankles, and then somehow gets an unbelievably powerful shot off at that near post where it looked like he might have taken another dribble. He's got such skill and vision, and it would have surprised the goalkeeper. Keeper looked like he might have had it covered, but you never know.
We've seen at times teams have defended Sebastian Velasquez very well, but he's one of those players that only needs a few moments to make some magic happen. Hashimoto looking forward, nice run there. Ball inside the 18, nothing there. Looked like he went down easy, Berman, but a good opportunity there for Orange County.
Very good opportunity, very well done by Taylor Pay. Obviously, he thinks he should have got a call there. Taylor, a little bit of shove in the back, but definitely not arm extended or anything. It looks like he was trying to draw the foul as soon as he got past Taylor Pay and the ball started taking him away from goal. Sometimes you got to go down and see what you can get, but Taylor was probably asking him what he was trying to do there.
Monarchs still leading, 1-0. Ryden trying to get it forward to Cashier. He'll take a deflection. It'll be a throw-in just at midfield for the Monarchs.
Very promising attack, though. Great ball there by Hashimoto. If he had a little bit more speed, or if Taylor Pay wasn't as fast, that could have really been something. It looked like he was definitely going to get a shot off.
Orange County very capable of scoring goals. 15 goals scored on the season, and only 5 goals conceded now. Selbo out wide. Selbo defended by Brody. Selbo with it on his right foot. Nice cut back there. Brody able to go to ground and almost saves it from a corner kick. It'll be a corner kick, though, for Orange County. Their 5th of the match here late in the first half.
I think I'm going to nickname Andrew Brody the Groundhog, because he goes to ground more than anybody else in this game combined, I think, and he hogs the ball when he does. He's won every single tackle.
Hashimoto going to play it from the right side. Corner kick. Good ball flicked in. Kept onside, inside the 18. Duke goes to ground.
He's giving the penalty, I think.
It'll be a penalty kick here in the 45th minute of play as Duke.
From the first look, it definitely looks like that Christian Duke got taken down. It looked like he was stretching for the ball. I can't tell who was in there with him, but definitely looks like he clipped him after Christian touches the ball. Have to see a replay, but first things first, let's see what happens with this PK.
From the spot, Connor Sparrow on his line. Shot, and a big goal there by Orange County to level things up here in the 45th minute of play.
Aiden Quinn with a nice little slot there. He picks up a yellow card. He has a rocket earlier. He steps up. He's obviously a very confident striker of the ball and a leader on this team. Steps up, no problem, sends Connor Sparrow the wrong way. 1-1 right before halftime. And just like I said, this is exactly what OCSC wanted to do. This makes the coach's halftime talk so much easier. And this is a devastating blow for the Monarchs just entering stoppage time.
16 goals scored on the season now for Orange County, and we had 0 minutes of stoppage time. I'm sure this whistle will be blown here shortly. Maybe a minute or so, and that given because of the penalty kick. Cashier will be headed out. It'll be a throw-in for Cashier. But 45 minutes of soccer are done. 1-1 now here at Zions Bank Stadium on a late goal by Orange County in the 45th minute of play, a penalty kick.
Definitely didn't look like they were going to get a goal there. It's obviously a gift. Every PK is a gift, and it wasn't a rash challenge. It just looked like a mistimed toe poke, and unfortunately caught the foot of Christian Duke, but well put in by Aiden Quinn. Tied all ones at the half.
1-1 at the half. Both teams looking for the 3 points. First goal in Zions Bank history scored in the 6th minute of play by Michael Chang, assisted by Charlie Adams. And what was a good goal and a good way to open the scoring here early for the Monarchs.
Yeah, it was against the run of play. The Orange County came out firing. They came out hot. They had a lot of confidence coming in from their last 2 away games, not getting scored on. But Michael Chang really had his way in the first half with Noah Powder. Seemed like Noah started to respond a little bit in the end, but I don't think he knew about Michael Chang's speed. But they've had chances from both ends. It really could be a game that would be 3-3, but 1-1 has been a very, very entertaining first half.
And Chad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we're done seeing goals tonight.
No, I told you. Monarchs are going to have to score at least 2 tonight to beat this team. Orange County are confident, and they're playing well. They're scoring goals, and you can see that they don't look like they're playing away right now. And I look for, like you said, more goals in the second half.
1-1 here at half at Zions Bank Stadium between the Real Monarchs and the Orange County Soccer Club. And we'll take a break and be back here with a halftime interview with Royals head coach Laura Harvey here momentarily.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. Really excited to analyse the plays of the week this week. We even have an ESPN Sports Center #1 in the top 10. I hope you enjoy.
Great little move there from Cooper, sends it across, it's Jamal Johnson.
The first play from Jamal Johnson here is his goal. If you watch when he picks the ball up, he has almost like a 8 to 10 meter radius around him, and that's created by his movement and his space. You know, he's recognized that when he's going into the box, that he doesn't need to make the first post run, he doesn't need to make the far post run. It's an extremely difficult finish, and it's coming across his body, and he makes extremely good contact on the ball. He uses the pace of the cross and slots it right into the corner.
To have a completely open view of what's happening. Oh my goodness, what a goal.
I don't think there's any doubt as to why this was the #1 on the ESPN Sports Center. It's a very special thing for a player to see a goalkeeper off a line, especially from a goal kick, because he's not expecting the ball to bounce to him, especially the way it bounced to him. So when the ball did bounce to him, I think that he just thinks, why not? And he's just showing everyone there is the technique that he has, but he also showed me what I feel as though is the mentality of a player, which is something that we've not seen yet this season. I think it's fantastic.
Anything. Oh. Francois takes it away, plays it back, Brett holds, scores!
Yes, what a great pullback.
Francois' defensive play here is what creates the goal. you know, his teammate loses the ball, he takes a bad touch, but he doesn't give up on it, and he persists, and his reaction to the turnover is fantastic. And then Brett can either do one or two things. He can take a touch or he can finish it first time. The defender thinks he's going to take a first-time shot, and that's what then allows him to have the composure to relax, take the touch, and it's a great finish.
Manila makes a meal out of that one. Now Ledesma on the breakaway, and it's 3-0 as he chips Maxime Crepeau.
This goal for Cincinnati in the 76th minute is a lot about anticipation for Ledesma. The defender makes a great decision here to play the ball in behind, and when the Ottawa defender makes the mistake, and again he anticipates the mistake, maybe if it was 0-0 at the time and he was going on to win the game or try and win the game, he might have taken a touch close to the keeper. But with the way they were playing, I completely understand why he's taken the first-time finish. Thank you for watching the breakdown on Week 7. As you can see, some fantastic goals, some fantastic plays, and I've really enjoyed analysing them. I look forward to seeing you next week.
On the second attempt, it's going to be Jeremy Hall, almost for goal. Serta had to react quickly, and Hall gave it a go.
Cross coming in, Crepeau with a touch, Wilson cutting, a great play by Crepeau. And what spectacular goalkeeping by Maxime Crepeau. Two terrific stops.
Shot deflects down, follow, save, Ranjitsingh. Apodaca won't pick up that first career goal tonight.
Becker back to Danso, knocked away, and it's Estaquio getting it. He'll take it, chipping the keeper. Tambakis slapped it down with the right hand, and Alex Tambakis keeps the sheet clean.
Steps up, Sewell, Patterson, Sewell with the big stop, saying no to Bonomo.
We're back here at halftime, 1-1 between Orange County and the Real Monarchs. The force is very strong right now, Chad, in this booth. We're joined by the legend, Utah Royals head coach Laura Harvey. Thanks for joining us.
No problem, glad to be here.
You know, there's something to be said about soccer and women's soccer here in the United States right now, and especially here in Utah. Home opener not too long ago, sellout crowd, and a beautiful environment for football.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I think I've said since I've been here, everything that everyone said was going to happen has happened so far, and from a women's soccer perspective, you couldn't ask for anything better.
The team's done all right so far. Still some hiccups, still trying to iron things out, as we can imagine. Next game tomorrow at home, 7 p.m. against Washington Spirit, and a good side, a side that has some quality players. But your side's done well so far. What are you looking for them to do moving forward to get those 3 points and continually get victories?
I think we've made ourselves really hard to beat, and that's been sort of our mantra from the start, is we want to be hard to beat. You have to be in this league. But now we just want to be better on the ball in the opposition's half. I feel like we get so far and then we give it away in areas that we can be better at, and that's something we've been working on. But I think you saw last week in our game against Portland that we're a threat going forward when we have the players like Amy Rodriguez on the field. So just to keep pushing away at that. And the last 2 games we've had a lead and we've dropped it. So that's another part of our progression, is once we get ahead, is to stay ahead.
And that's one of those challenges for a side, especially as injuries have kind of been involved. Good to have Amy back on the pitch. Obviously, she was able to find the back of the net, and I'm sure it was good for her to be back on the field after, you know, a baby one year and then a knee injury the next. I mean, that takes a toll on you. Yeah, for sure. And I think for any forward, I think it's goals are what you want. I think that's what changes your confidence. And for her coming back off the ACL, I think she always thought, have I still got it? And she just proved last week. I mean, she goes one-on-one with the keeper and everyone's like, shoot, and she just waits and waits and waits for the right moment to put it in the back of the net, and that's what she brings us. And I think that she's had a long road, but we've got to keep building those minutes up for her now, and she's going to get there in the end. So let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Deloy brought you in. This wasn't even a thought not too long ago. For many people, they, you know, saw women's soccer as something that, you know, was done by the national team here in Utah. We got the national team here occasionally, but there wasn't much women's soccer being played here locally. Deloy had that idea, obviously a daughter that played soccer, brought you in. What did you think? What was your first impression once Deloy contacted you and things started moving forward? I thought he was joking initially. That was my first thing. And then I came here, I came out to Herriman, saw the facility, saw Rio Tinto, heard what he was planning to do from a locker room perspective with the training facility. And again, everything he said has happened. And now from our perspective, we've always said we just want to be able to do our job. And we've been put in a position here where we can do it to the best of our ability, and that's what we've always wanted to be able to do.
What kind of step up is it here as it was in Seattle, or different from anywhere else? Just with the facilities that are provided to you, having this facility, Zion Bank Center, and having Rio Tinto, where you're having 20,000 people at a stadium. Not every girls team, or women's team, I'm sorry, has that attendance or that capacity to be able to sit in, and you've had great attendance. Yeah, it's amazing, and I think that in women's sport, everyone just wants to have that equality around it, and part of that is just being in a position to be able to do your job. We want to turn up every day and be able to do our job to the best of our ability, and not have to think about who's going to wash our kit, where our field is, and all that type of stuff. And obviously here we're just being set up in the best possible way to be able to do that. And it's a long process. It's going to take time, but we're really happy about the progressions that we're making on the field. And once we get those 3 points, it'll all feel better. I mean, we could talk about the days that it took from Deloy announcing it to you guys playing your first game. I mean, it was quick. 120 days, I believe were the numbers along those lines. That's a quick turnaround. Tell us maybe something that many fans wouldn't know about this club. You know, one of the reasons why you love this club. I think everyone talks about Deloy and says how passionate he is, and honestly, like, you can't put into words at times what it means to be on the phone to him. And I literally was looking at my phone going, Salt Lake City, what is this? And by the end of the call, I'm like Googling who this guy is and seeing if it's legit, because you just don't straight away believe everything he says, but he follows through. And I think that's what makes this club so unique, is he is going to promise you stuff and follow through with it and put you in the best position to be successful, whatever it takes. And we could talk about some of those things that has really been given to your club or your side to be able to try to have that success, the locker room. Yeah. I know many people talk about the locker room. Maybe tell us a little bit about that locker room for those that haven't had a chance to see it. Yeah, it's just everything that any soccer player wants. It has treatment facilities, it has the rehab facilities, it has the shower facilities, and then it has this area where the players can just chill out and be humans, you know. Is there a ping pong table like the men's? We haven't got there yet. We're more of like the Netflix, you know, watch the Champions League type group. You guys have great music though. They come into the weight room and they work out and they are just busting their tails, but they listen to some good music. So I actually like being in the weight room with them and listening to their music with them. They're all dancing. I'm like,
With that being said, we have to ask you, if your playlist is on, what's that first song we're seeing?
Oh,
or
Adele.
hearing, excuse me.
Adele always.
Adele.
Yeah, you got to keep it British, for sure.
Have you seen her in concert?
I have. Best night of my life. Best night of my life.
If you want to make her happy,
it's all about
send her Adele tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are the ambitions for, you know, obviously a new club, you know, going in? What are your ambitions for the team for this year?
Honestly, I think this league's so competitive, only with 9 teams, getting into the playoff top 4. I truly believe that has to be the target. And although we haven't got that first win yet, I know 2 home games, 2 wins, the table just completely changes. It's that competitive. We've played 4 out of the out of our first 5 games, we've played the top 4 teams from the playoffs last year. So we know we're there or thereabouts. We've just got to get across that line now and get those 3 points.
The league trying to make it a little harder to get going.
Yeah, always the way.
But that's one of the things about that league. It's a smaller league, but there's a lot of growth happening, and owners like Deloy are spurring upon that growth, making it move forward. I mean, his investment to this women's team has been second to none.
Oh, 100%. And even his investment into wanting to make sure all the other teams go in the same direction that he sees the league should go. And obviously from a coach and player perspective, that's what we want. So he's trying to raise the standard across the whole of the league, not just this club.
And you've been able to see different leagues around the world, obviously British.
Yeah.
So we could talk about seeing some of the leagues over there from the national team as well as the leagues in England. Talk to us about how this league, the NWSL, compares to those leagues.
I've always said this is the most competitive league for women's soccer in the world, and there's no question about that. I think the thing that we as a league are trying to do is just to make sure that we provide the facilities, the finances for the girls to make sure that they can make this a true profession. And I think Europe are ahead of us in terms of that, but we're definitely catching up now with facilities and all the other investments that people like Deloy are making.
But in Europe, it's kind of like here, where all the teams are a women's team of a real team, of a Premier League team. That's not the case in all the women's teams here.
No.
But it's definitely a benefit to have it because you have the facilities there for you, and you have everything that can, you know, like you said, everything. Because when we were playing back in our day, we didn't have foam rollers.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have those little things, you know. So now it's literally everything is given to you. And like you said, in the beginning, you get what you can get. But in the end, you know, this league and the product that you guys are putting out is a really special product.
Yeah, and we're going to keep pushing it forward. That's our job.
Utah Royals head coach Laura Harvey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time to talk about the Royals and the movement of the game moving forward. Good luck. Get 3 points tomorrow night.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Second half is going to be underway here shortly. Monarchs going to now be moving from right to left. Cashier looking forward to Ryden. It's going to be dispossessed. Good opportunity. Duke takes a crack. Defended by Gallagher. Gallagher's made a substitution and entered this match for Silva.
And maybe that's as long as he wanted him to go tonight, was 45 minutes. You don't want to, he didn't show any signs of injury, but first game back with almost a month off, coming in on turf, you don't want to overextend him and lead to another injury. So smart play there. He got a good 45 minutes in. Unlucky to give up a PK goal, but is what it is.
Ryden plays it back to the keeper, Connor Sparrow, with his head. Gallagher, been a mainstay for the Monarchs this season. The center back position now will be paired alongside Taylor Pay.
It really is unfortunate that they have to be inside watching a Utah Jazz game right now because you are missing an unbelievable night here. This is a perfect night for soccer, and they put on quite the performance in the first half, and I'm expecting even a more exhilarating performance in the second.
Gallagher going to get a touch, looking for Cashier.
And I guarantee that Gallagher and Pay really just slide right back into that role that they had because they played this center back tandem a lot last year for the Monarchs in their unbelievable season.
Gallagher defending. Selbo gets a shot just wide. Crossed the 6. Sparrow went to ground, and it'll be a goal kick for the Monarchs here.
So difficult here. He does what I call a Jeff Cunningham drag, just uses his speed, and it's great to see. I hate when people have so much speed, try and do so many skills and tricks. He knows that he can beat you for speed. He drags it to his left, cracks it across. I'm not too sure. It's kind of a shot cross, unlucky for nobody to get on the end of it.
Chang got an overlapping runner looking for Hoffman. Hoffman was all by himself. Portillo will collect. Plays it wide to Brody. Brody's out wide by himself, looking inside the 6. Will be cleaned up by Orange County, but not cleared all the way. It'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs.
Chandler was wide open twice, put up a camping net on that outside of that box, just waiting for somebody to play something to the back post. I think that's what Brody was trying to do, but he just didn't bounce the right way, didn't get underneath the ball.
Gallagher to Portillo. 1-1. Orange County leveled late in the first half. Ryden. Ooh, nice little move there.
I would need 4 hands to count how many times Portillo spreads that ball to the sides. I absolutely love it.
Cashier gets around Hashimoto. Monarchs going to switch the point of attack. Going from east to west. Cashier cuts in. Chang looking for Hoffman. Defended well by Orange County. Hume went to ground, and it'll be a corner kick, the first of the second half for the Monarchs.
And you made that point in the first half. It looks like Cashier is a guy that always likes to kind of cut in on his right, and Chang can do both of them. He can either go down the line and cross one of those right, as he tried to do that right before he scored his goal tonight, but also he cuts inside on his left. He's very comfortable cutting inside on his left. Haven't seen him rip a shot except for that one just outside the box, but you're just wanting him to get that space, and you can see defenders stepping up to him.
Adams, he'll swing it in. Hume clears it. Pay keeps it in. Portillo gets around his defender, looking for Chang. Chang coming, looking like he was offsides to Hoffman. Just wide. Hoffman found himself all alone just on top of the 6 and puts it wide.
Portillo with a great first touch to get in behind here. Sees, it looks like they had dropped off a little bit, sees Chang. Chang plays an absolute inch-perfect ball, and I think that Hoffman thought he had more pressure on him than he, like I said, this is something that we were talking about when Hume missed his header in the first half. Hoffman just has to get over that top of that ball, head it down near the keeper's feet. He's in the air, stranded. Great ball by Chang, great opportunity missed. Oh, Chang, what a great win.
Chang
speed.
Inside the 18. Nice challenge there. Chang with the shot. Wow, palmed. That was some Jedi powers there used by Rolls, as Rolls was able to suck that out of midair.
I don't know. The Jedi powers is nice. You think it actually brought it into him a little bit. And I'm not one for diving, but I don't think this would have been a dive. It looks like he brings his leg up to avoid the challenge because he thinks he's in. But if his leg stays there, he's going to get fouled from behind, which is kind of unfortunate because the other defenders did such a great job from Orange County to get back and help him out.
Defended there well by Andrew Brody. It'll be a corner kick for Orange County, their first of the second half.
And you can really tell that Briggs said something that really got them motivated. That goal right at the end of the half really just hurt them. And he wanted to make sure that they didn't come out flat. They came out firing. They've had 2 great opportunities. Orange County need to respond. They have to respond now. There was a goal out of the run of play in the first half. Can it happen again in the second half for Orange County?
Hashimoto going to take the corner kick. From the far side, he'll look to whip it in. Looking back post, header kept inside the area. Duke does a good job to keep it in. Still inside, and it'll take a deflection. It'll be a corner kick. The second consecutive corner here of the second half for Orange County.
Got to get closer to their big guy. Don't spend all your time looking at the ball. You have to figure out where he is. He is the danger man. They're looking to play him back post, and then they're crashing the box and crashing the goalkeeper. It's not going to be easy for Connor if he gets a header back inside the 6.
One of the things you don't want to do is give Orange County set-piece opportunities as they have tall bodies. Hashimoto sends it in, headed inside the area, kept in. Orange County looking, doing a good job. Velasquez there, and Powder will play it forward. Monarchs trying to clear. Selbo defended by Brody. Chang there to provide assistance. Berman. And the Monarchs will concede a third consecutive corner here in the second half.
So we're really trying to find some confidence, but Andrew Brody, not the actor, the soccer player, actually has shown that he is a tenacious defender and he's not going to be beat for speed all day. Selbo's picking and choosing his chances based on how good of defending Andrew Brody's done. Been a very good matchup today.
Hashimoto clips it in. Good opportunity there for Orange County. Brody playing it forward.
You see what they're doing. Everything is going to the back post. Needs to get picked up better. They're sending balls back in. I'm really surprised Orange County doesn't have anybody at the top of the 12 at this point.
Seeing guys that are getting picked and defenders finding space. Good crack there by Selbo. Looked like it would have hit the crossbar. Connor Sparrow collects.
And Connor Sparrow using his Jedi powers to match Rawls's Jedi powers that you just mentioned the time before. Nice catch there, and something that most keepers might tip over.
Like we mentioned early on, the force is strong here tonight. At Zions Bank Center, we had stormtroopers. And
if they needed some Ewoks, I could have brought my dog. But nobody told me that they needed Ewoks, so
we might have to make that happen next year.
Next year for sure.
On May 4th. You know, even our camera team, Gina down there hanging out as Chewie. We just have to hope she can make the noise of Chewie. We're not going to test her on that one, but maybe she can. Cashier moving forward.
It's not a movie quality mask, but it'll do. Just major props to her for putting that extra effort in.
Chang just outside the area. Looks to maybe take a crack to Adams. Adams out wide to Hoffman. Hoffman peels off just outside of the area. Back to Ryden. Monarch's going to reset. Portillo, he'll pick up his head. Nice little cut back there.
And they've really just pushed Orange County all the way back 30 yards from their goal. Everyone except for their forward, Einvoldsen.
Velasquez with the ball at his feet. Magic happens when it's at his feet. Cashier. He looks up, takes a crack, and he'll take a deflection. Nice little look there by Cashier.
They're inviting him to the party. There's 4 players there, and sometimes when there's too many players, too many defenders in the same area, nobody really knows who to step or who's going to step. Nobody takes ownership. It's got to be somebody has to be, okay, I'm going to step to this guy. Rips a shot, gets a corner.
Second corner of the second half for the Monarchs. Charlie Adams going to trot out. The Englishman.
Great service in the first half to see him keep it up.
Ryden, Gallagher, and Pay forward for the Monarchs. Ball's whipped in just on the 6, cleared out, not completely. Cashier picks up his head back wide to Adams. Monarchs going to get another opportunity at this. Whipped inside the box. Rawls is going to come out on top of his 6 and pull it out of the air. They're trying to move forward quickly. Brody cuts it off. Monarchs trying to get set defensively. Brody there to win the challenge. Does a good job going to ground. Dispossesses Selbo.
Been a great matchup to watch all night.
Velasquez looking forward to Cashier. Cashier couldn't find that line.
Berman did a great job cutting off that pass. That could have been a very dangerous through ball, and Cashier would have been one-on-one with Amico. A matchup that we've been trying to see. Everything's been down here at Belso and Brody. This looks like a matchup that could be really promising, but Cashier just hasn't really gotten loose yet.
Selbo's down. Looks to be holding his left leg, left ankle maybe.
Brody's been coming in with some very hard challenges, and it was a clean tackle, but it definitely looks like the follow-through might have come through and just kind of caught him a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. He just got a little bruise.
Getting assistance from the trainer. Both teams take a chance to get some water. Orange County has the majority of their team over getting some water.
You can see the difference by the players that need water and the players that don't need water. This is pretty much what it is.
Nice tifo there, shown of Mark Briggs, the people's eyebrow.
Was that Mark Briggs and Dwayne Johnson had a baby right there? That's kind of what it looked like.
I mean, we could go into that. We won't go too deep into that.
I think that's Dwayne Johnson and Mark Briggs.
I mean, look at that.
Maybe a little Jason Statham in there too, which I'm sure he'd love that doppelganger reference.
Mark Briggs, 2017 USL Coach of the Year. Good sportsmanship there by Orange County. Gotta love seeing that. I know I have to make mention of that. That's one of the beautiful things about soccer. Player goes down, ball's kicked out, and sent right back to the other team.
Yes. Unless you were watching the Champions League the other day when what was it, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich was, it was an indirect handball or something that was supposed to be rolling. They just kicked it all the way down the field. Fans just started booing.
Sebastian Velasquez wide to Chang. Chang's going to go out as defender. Cuts into his left foot to Velasquez. Just outside the area, Velasquez takes a crack, took a deflection. Cashier from distance. Pushed up and over the crossbar. A good look, and that one had eyes for the back of the net.
There would have been so many special goals in this game if it wasn't for these two goalkeepers. Unbelievable shot. Great little win here. Great little dig out by Charlie Adams. He can't turn. Cashier through traffic. It looks like Rawls kind of sees it, takes a few steps that way because it's really the only shot he has. Great read, great extension, way to parry it away. Still a great effort by Cashier.
Monarchs going to get another corner kick off that. Adams looking near post. Can't beat the first defender. Cashier's going to try to keep it in. Brody going to battle. He'll keep it in just at the midfield stripe. Velasquez gets away from his defender. Selbo chasing him, looking forward. Chang looked like he might have been clipped from behind, and that's going to be the flags up. Chad, I think you and I had the perfect angle on that one. We're standing directly up from the AR.
Yeah.
The flag was up, made a little bit of an early run there.
I think Orange County isn't complaining that the free kick was taken 20 yards back, which I wouldn't complain about. But what I like to see from Chang there is he takes a bad touch back across to Sebastian, takes this bad touch, but watch his reaction. This is what all players need to do. You get up and you put him under pressure, and that causes that pass to be made quickly and for Einvoltsen to be offside. He works on both sides. That's very important. That's something that Briggs and Mike Pecky have talked about relentlessly this year.
Orange County goes to ground, and the Monarchs will win a corner kick. 60th minute of play here at Zions Bank Stadium, 1-1. Monarchs scored a goal in the 6th minute of play. And Orange County in the 45th to even things up.
Two arms, look for this to be going back post.
Charlie Adams looking back post to Pay. Defended nicely by Orange County, kept in by Cashier. Defender goes to ground, still has a chance to win it. Portillo forward to Velasquez. Monarchs still have everybody forward. Hoffman makes a nice run. Hoffman, shot, deflected. But the flag was up. And that was a good look for the Monarchs. Chandler Hoffman made a nice peeling run to find the ball and took a crack.
It was a beautiful run set up by the two people that pretty much ran the assists and goals for the team last year. Sebastian Velasquez finding the feet of Chandler Hoffman and him turning what should have been a ball into his feet into a great turnaround, just barely offsides.
Pay gonna play it safe and knock it out of play with his head. You Jazz fans rocking their jerseys here at Zions Bank Stadium tonight. Hoffman does a good job defensively to get back for the Monarchs. Velasquez, he'll pick up his head, looking forward to Cashier. Cashier's on the wing. Can he keep it in? Unable to do so, and it'll be a throw-in for Orange County.
If you know Sebastian Velasquez, you know that he likes to lead everything towards goal. I'd like to see Cashier make that run diagonally in behind the defense, time it well enough. You know Sebastian Velasquez has the skill to get it to you. So can he do that better next time instead of stay out wide and force Sebastian to play him out wide where it unfortunately runs out of bounds? Orange County really struggling to find a foothold in this second half so far. Monarchs have really done a great job of keeping the constant pressure. Gallagher's come in, but we haven't said his name because there hasn't been really any attack out of Orange County. But you could see by the water break is maybe they're getting tired. Maybe this is a good time for their coach to make some substitutions.
We're going to see a substitution here shortly.
Giovanni Godoy coming in.
Looks like the Monarchs are going to make a substitution. Richard Ledesma, the Academy product, making his second appearance for the Monarchs here momentarily. Played a good game against Sounders, too. Ball whipped in, back post, kept in the area. Ryden does a good job to get his head on it, and Cashier will clear.
Great ball in by Bell. So Berman was right there on the back step. He has a great touch to bring it down. And if I'm him, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to get this on the other side of Ryden. Ryden does a great job of just not taking his eye off the ball and not quitting on the play, and able to just get that all-important header and get it away from Berman.
Godoy is going to make his entrance here in the 63rd minute of play.
But this is what Orange County needs to do. When they make this substitution, they're going to make it for a forward. They're bringing in somebody else in for a midfielder. They're pushing forward. They're showing their intent that they want to change the position of the field and the score of the game. And so this is definitely a move that is positive thinking, very, very aggressive, I feel, this early from the Orange County coach.
Monarchs will make their substitution at the next dead ball. Portillo back to Sparrow. Portillo.
The academy probably Ledesma coming in too. I'm very excited to see him practice a few times. He's got a lot of talent.
Ball forward to Chang. Chang gets behind the defense looking for Hoffman. Hoffman just a touch late there, unable to get there. Chang working his tail off tonight.
Again, forces this ball by just his sheer work rate.
Pay gonna cut that one off with his thigh. Does a good job to get under that. And Portillo with a sliding challenge in the midfield.
Even when he's on the ground, he's still putting great through balls through. This kid is unbelievable.
One of the reasons why he's played every minute of the 2018 season so far.
Really took over that Nick Bessler role from last year.
Beasler did a good job captaining the side last year and being one of those mainstays. Up with the first team, seen 2 starts to 90 minutes.
And with Silver here, he'll probably see another one tomorrow, Sunday night.
In Orlando. Ryden. Like a throw in for the Monarchs as we're going to see Master Cashier's night be over. A good 65 minutes of play for Master Cashier, but an exciting youth product on the field for the Monarchs in Richard Ledesma.
And this is what is great about having your academy literally next door to your USL team, is the opportunity for them to step up and to show themselves on an older, on a bigger, on a better scale, and to match their skills that they've learned so far at the academy level with professionals.
Ryden to Portillo. Portillo, calmly plays it back to Pay. Pay over to Gallagher. Monarchs going to switch the point of the attack. And switching fields. Brody looks inside to Velasquez. Velasquez picks up his head. Forward to Hoffman. Hoffman out wide to Ledesma. He'll get his first touch. He's going to cut in. Looks up, looking forward to Velasquez. Velasquez's touch was a little long, but a good positive first touch there from Ledesma.
Odd to see that. Plays a great ball to Sebastian. No, great turn like that is what he wanted.
Beautiful by Sebastian Velasquez. He's inside the 18, cuts back. Nice shot, but not a lot of power there. Right into the waiting
It's like watching
arms of Rawls.
It's like watching Tony Hawk skateboard against all the other ones. They all kind of look like back in the day that they were just kind of just not. They didn't have the same knee bend, or they didn't have the same ollie. They didn't have the same just how he dribbles. It's almost like he's walking, but somehow the ball just stays attached to his foot. Unbelievable skill there by Sebastian Velasquez. Great turn, great shift of weight.
It'll be a throw-in for Orange County. Sun has set here on the Wasatch fronts. We mentioned a beautiful night for soccer, still in the mid 60s. Portillo, back to Pay. Pay getting his time down with the Monarchs tonight. Spent time last season with the Monarchs, was a mainstay in the center back position.
Led his way into a first team, him, Connor Sparrow, and Nick Beasler, and they've both been, doing well. Connor Sparrow and Taylor Pay have yet to make their first their RSL appearances, but Taylor Pay just coming back from a knee injury, and Connor Sparrow, third string goalkeeper, is never easy, especially when you got the GOAT in front of you.
The GOAT, the wall of the Wasatch, Nick Raimondo.
How many nicknames would you say he has?
I don't even want to know. I just love the fact that he was a striker in high school. I believe he was the California Player of the Year his senior year and was a striker. Ledesma inside the 18. Ledesma's touch is a little long and Rolls will collect.
Amico comes in very strong there, and it just kind of throws him off a little bit. It takes a good first touch, just a little bit too long, but if he had been playing longer, maybe 20, 30 minutes, he would have got how the roll has been going on this field.
Hey, in a foot race. Hey will play it back to Sparrow. Sparrow's gonna quickly put it out of play. Smart decision there by Connor Sparrow.
Good calm play there by Taylor. He didn't play back to him early. That could have led to the forward going with him there. Sometimes you just got to kick it out, but he felt confident enough in Connor Sparrow's abilities to play it back to him, and exactly what they got. Another sub coming in. Yeah, Mark Segberg's coming in for, looks like Belso Knight's done.
Selbo will exit the match here in the 68th minute of play.
Selbo, I'm sorry.
You throw in for Orange County. Ryder right in there. Mark Segbers. Last club was on loan with the New England Revolution. Scored his first professional goal with Orange County against Los Dos earlier this year in mid-April. Selected 9th in the 2018 MLS Super Draft out of the University of Wisconsin, where he made 77 appearances for them. Second team All Big Ten Conference selection his senior year as well. So a quality player coming on for Orange County. Hoffman, Monarchs with one substitution left to make. Giveaway by the Monarchs. Orange County moving forward. Nice crack there. Collected by Connor Sparrow. Had some pace, but Connor Sparrow was right in front of it.
The accuracy of the shots today has been really impressive. Normally you see 5 to 10 shots from outside the box. You're going to see probably only 1 or 2 of them on target. I want to say that probably more than half of them from outside the 18 have been absolute rips, and they have been on target and testing balls for these goalkeepers to save.
Like we mentioned before half, it really doesn't feel like this one's done with goals. Both teams taking cracks from distance, both teams having and putting in opportunities, but not able to find the back of the net yet.
It's turned more into a chess match than it was in the first half. The first half was really just back and forth, chance after chance after chance. And in the second half, it feels like they've kind of figured each other out. The coaches have said their piece, what to look out for, who to watch out for, and the chances just haven't been there. They've been good chances. They've been fewer and far in between, though.
Sparrow's going to play it forward, looking for Hoffman. Ball kind of ping-ponging around here in the last few minutes.
Nice skill check there from Amico.
Taylor Pay will play it out, the Utah native.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He has nothing to do. He knows his team needs to get back, and he's to find his position again. There's no use losing that ball there and having the forward going at a defender-free goal.
2 University of Washington products playing center back for the Monarchs. Good ball inside the area. It'll take a deflection. It'll be a goal kick for Connor Sparrow. Maybe not a deflection there.
And Segberg's coming in and making a good near post run, trying to get in behind the defense. Ball gets played back to him, so he wasn't offsides, but he was just too far behind him to actually get his foot around.
Sparrow's going to reset, and the Monarchs are going to make their third and final substitution of the night as Juan Mare is going to come on, probably for Chandler Hoffman.
Definitely. I think it probably will be for him. Michael Chang still has something to offer this game. He's played well. He's still got the engine rolling. Not going to take out anybody in the midfield. It's such a dynamic 3 in there.
Ledesma. He'll pick up his head. Over to Pay. Monarchs looking a little disconnected here in the last few. Velasquez to Portillo. Looking forward to Chang. Nice ball up over top. Portillo, beautifully driven ball. Chang took a deflection, looking for the back post run. Ryden seemed to be coming in quickly. And the Monarchs are going to get their 5th second half corner kick. It's Chandler Hoffman.
Giving the captain's armband to Sebastian, who goes ahead and I think gives it to Gallagher.
No, he's just getting some help putting it on.
Help putting it on, okay.
Good effort there by Chandler Hoffman. Still yet to find the back of the net here at Zions Bank Stadium, but still sitting on 2 goals this season.
And you know he's frustrated. You know he's really frustrated, especially with the chances that he had today. He had that one that was offsides, but he had one just before that as well.
Ball played into the back post. Gallagher goes down. Didn't look like there was much there.
Looks like he might have got
Quinn and Gallagher shake hands.
Might have got his heel stepped on as he was trying to go for that ball.
Mare now they're harassing up top for the Monarchs. A slightly larger frame and presence forward for the Monarchs now. Portillo, Berman moving forward. Berman right in there defending. Ryden does a good job to get in and deflect that one. Ledesma picks up his head, looking for attacking players moving forward. No runs, not as many runs being made here in the second half by the Monarchs. Seems like they've slowed down here a little bit in the last few.
Yeah, that's, you know, whether it's the substitutes coming in or haven't found the game yet, you know, whatever's slowing it down, but there was definitely no movement as Ryden was looking for someone to play that ball to.
Quinn, a goal scorer. Back to Yul Nelson.
You can tell he's an important cog for this Orange County team.
Ooh, a good ball there by Orange County. Takes a nice hop back. A Monarchs hop back to the keeper.
See, Ledesma needs to get higher here. He needs to get on top of that back line. And he needs to make sure the right back is always constantly looking over his shoulder at him. That's something that he'll learn as we go.
Mare, he's going to be in offside position.
You really want to vacate that space so you can get Ryden getting into that space up there. Then you can look for overlaps and everything else.
Rawls, 75th minute of play. Knotted up at ones here at Zions Bank Stadium. Both teams with good opportunities. And Orange County moving forward here. Ryden, he'll cut it off. Picks up his head, finds Ledesma. Ledesma's going to try to turn. He gets away from his defender. Nice job by Ledesma. Finds Velasquez. Velasquez with a nice skill check. He's got one in front of him. Ball's on his left foot. Cuts, looking near post. Into the side netting. It'll be a goal kick for Orange County.
If you're Mark Briggs and Real Monarchs or a fan, this is everything you want. Sebastian Velasquez running 1v1 against a defender, any defender really. You know he's got that shiftiness to move the ball to the side and get that quick strike off. Sure, he would have liked to take one less step there and probably fire at far post or high near.
You wondered if he was going to find one of the back post runs of one of his teammates. Ledesma did a good job to find him moving forward. Pay and Sparrow will come off his line and collect just at the top of his 18.
He's done a great job today of staying with these runners in behind and making sure he stays in front of him, doesn't let them get between him and Connor Sparrow.
Both teams looking for that game winner. Here as we start to get late in this one.
Good hold-up play there from Maurer.
Mare moving forward. Defended by one, cuts towards the goal line. He's going to take a hard, long touch. It'll be a goal kick for Orange County.
Did a great job with the layoff and the running behind, but as soon as he gets that ball and he starts running at the defender, as soon as he comes to a stop, you almost have to find something else to do with it. Because once you stop, there's always the defenders coming in. They're just waiting for that ball to come to a halt so they can attack.
Gallagher. Ball played too far forward for Orange County.
Godoy benefits there from an unlucky flick, and I'm not sure why he tried to play this ball so early. He saw the runner in behind, but Connor does a great job of coming off his line and making sure that that was snuffed out.
Ledesma moving forward. Smart to slow things up there.
That's exactly what I was talking about with Mare. Sometimes when that ball comes to a stop and nothing else is in front of you, got to just turn it back behind because you know that additional pressure is going to be coming.
Monarchs doing a good job here in the last few minutes of possessing. Opportunities haven't quite come in front of goal. Because of it, Mare is going to take a hard challenge there on Powder. And the whistle will blow, and it'll be a free kick for Orange County.
In my playing days, that was a lot how I would commit my fouls. I just couldn't stop my momentum. Sorry, guy. Didn't mean to shove you full 2 arms extended into the ground.
I just made sure both my arms were out.
They never believed me, though. I have no idea why.
How many yellow cards you had during your career?
I don't, but I definitely had 1 red.
Just 1 red.
I think probably most of my cards might have come from saying the wrong thing to the referee, too, for when it comes to yellows.
Why we've got you up in the booth.
Exactly. I can say them on here now.
Yeah. Maybe not. Good opportunity here. Takes a deflection. Ledesma tries to clear. Nice little fancy flick, but doesn't go forward. Duke, the captain, shores things up for Orange County. Does a good job to keep possession for them. Ball forward, foot race. Brody's there. Across the end line, it'll be a goal kick for the Monarchs.
It's been a really good matchup between Orange County and the Monarchs tonight in terms of their center midfield. Both of them have just done a really great job of making it hard on the other person, respecting what the other team can do, giving them their space. And then on the opposite end of that, when they can attack, they've done it with great style and almost great results. If it wasn't for such great goalkeeping today, we'd probably see a 3-2 scoreline.
Velasquez, nice little skill check there, looking forward to Ledesma. Unable to play it sideways, instead plays it directly forward.
He can do absolutely anything with his left foot, but with his right foot, I don't think he knows what he's doing.
10 and change left in this one. Both teams still trying to find the game winner to see if they can secure 3 points. Monarchs looking to avoid their 2nd straight draw. Orange County trying to get their 2nd straight victory.
Such a high line there. I'd like to see a running behind and Ledesma actually notice. It looks like Mare had actually made something of a run in behind, but make it more towards the corner, make it obvious, put your hand up, let him know you're running in.
Chang sprays it out wide to Ledesma. Ledesma has Ryden overlapping. Can Ryden get it in the box? Drives it low.
Out for a corner.
And out for a corner kick for the Monarchs. A bad look there by Ryden. Seems like he's not quite pleased with himself, but still will result in a corner kick.
It's definitely an okay enough run right there by Ryden. But as he comes around, can he come around with more conviction and circle and arc his run towards the goal? Does 2 things. One, if the defender doesn't go with him, Ledesma can play a through ball right there. But if the defender does go with him, then Ledesma's one-on-one, and he's shown great skill and talent in that regard.
Ledesma making a short run. Portillo looking back post. Mare's there. Takes a deflection. Chang. Chang had his hand up looking for something. Nothing called. Like a soft challenge there. He's going to see yellow.
I want to say that was a dive. Had a pretty good look at that one. He definitely saw that the ball was going to get away from him, it looked like.
And that's his 2nd yellow card. If he sees yellow here, he'll see red.
For Charlie Adams, that's his 2nd yellow, and that's him off.
Charlie Adams is sent off here in the 82nd minute of play after seeing his 2nd yellow card.
His first yellow was definitely vindicated, but this one, I'm having questions about. If you're saying he fouled him, for sure, he puts his hand up and he gives the referee no choice. It was nothing there, and it was actually a really smart play there by the forward to just kind of see what was happening. He didn't know that was going to be his 2nd. Didn't know he was going to be his 2nd yellow, but if you put that arm up there, you give the referee the chance to make that call. and he's stopping the run of play and he's stopping a counterattack. That's a yellow card.
Unfortunate there for Charlie Adams. The CC's yellow. Monarchs going to play a man down here for 8 and change. Good opportunity for Orange County to to go for 3 points here at Zions Bank Stadium. Velasquez to Portillo. Ledesma's out wide. Over to Ryden. Ledesma's in front of him.
Red cards don't sit well with anybody, but I can guarantee it's not going to sit well with Briggs, being it's so late in the game and them needing 3 points here at home.
2 games.
And such a veteran player and one of your players that you really count on to not make mistakes like that.
2 games, 2 red cards so far here at Zions Bank Stadium. Hopefully that's a trend that does not continue. Orange County doing a good job along their back line. Only having given up 5 goals this whole season, 5 clean sheets. Not going to see a clean sheet tonight, but will have an opportunity to go for 1 or 3 points at this rate.
And the goalkeeping has been absolutely outstanding, because the 2 goals that were given up were, one looked like it was just kind of an unlucky bounce and spin, and the other one was a PK. Besides that, they made great saves.
Monarchs going to be called for a foul. Sebastian Velasquez can't believe it. Marae slid into that challenge. Velasquez has got to be careful here that he doesn't see yellow in a situation like that.
This isn't a good thing. When you get somebody sent off, it's the 84th minute. Everybody gets a little bit tested and they start spouting off at the ref, but that's not going to give you more calls. They kind of just go into it. There's nothing in that tackle. It's kind of a weird call. And a dive there.
Ouch.
A dive there, it looks like, by maybe Aiden Quinn, but if the referee's going to call it, they're going to keep doing it.
Velasquez needs to be careful, like we mentioned. Quinn went down easy.
But this is what Quinn wants. This is what he wants. This guy has an absolute rocket for a left foot, and I guarantee it'll be on display. Or I can also see, because they're respecting it, chip it back post, header it back across, what they've been trying to do all day. This is a much better position than the corner, though.
He'll take a crack. Sparrow there, defends well, even takes the rebounds. Good look from Orange County.
I think he's offsides anyway.
On the second one.
On the second one, offsides on the second one. Great rip there from Aiden Quinn. He gets down. Connor Sparrow needs to hold this, and he knows he needs to hold that. Lets it go a little bit. The guy was offside, but still makes a great recovery. Gets up quickly, makes himself big.
Being told he needs to put it back inside his 18.
It looked like he tried to catch that one instead of parry it. And I'm pretty sure that the goalkeeper coach might tell him, just go ahead and get rid of that one, because you don't want to give up rebounds like that and lose 2-1 like that, especially when you've had such a great game.
Something that Matt Glazer, I'm sure, will look over with Connor post-game or in the coming days. 86th minute of play. Here on May the 4th, Star Wars night here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Looking forward, Ledesma. Ledesma will settle. Nice little turn there by Ledesma. Defended by 2. Nice clip forward. Ledesma to Velasquez. Velasquez just outside the area. Dancing footwork inside the 18, looking for Marae. Ping-pong around, Chang. The beautiful Zions Bank Stadium here on display tonight.
It does look pretty, doesn't it? The lights out here, there's everything else. It's such a quiet type neighborhood. Beautiful night for soccer.
Spring and almost summer is here.
Spring lasts for like a week in Utah.
Well, no, spring's a partial season. It could be winter one day and summer the next here in Utah. Snow only a week ago on Monday in a lot of places here in Utah. Ryden will throw it in just across the midfield stripe. Looking forward to Ledesma. Ledesma back to Ryden. Monarchs trying to find that space. Velasquez. Make the ball do the work here. Brody crosses the midfield stripe. He'll go forward. Defended well by Duke. Duke does a good job going to ground. And Orange County's going to come forward. A counterattack. Good job by Portillo to get on the ground. He looks to be down.
He catches some pain for it, but what a great play by there. That was definitely a counterattack broken up.
Chang. Monarchs don't have much inside the box. He'll pull it back to Brody. Velasquez. He picks up his head. Moves forward. Takes a crack up and over the crossbar and a touch wide.
That's what it's going to take with Charlie Adams out of the game, being sent off just 5 minutes ago. You need something special from one of your players. Someone's going to have to score a goal, probably out of the run of the play. But to be honest, I want to say that the Monarchs have done a lot better in the last 20 minutes. But in the last 5 minutes, they've done better than the previous 15 in actually keeping possession, because they know they're a man down, so they're just more knowledgeable about it, more keen and aware of it.
Shout out to all those of you listening in tonight on ESPN Plus, locally here as well on KMYU and ESPN 700. USL recently moved from games being on YouTube to ESPN Plus. If you're an ESPN Plus subscriber, you've got to love it. A lot of soccer. I signed up a couple weeks ago and have enjoyed my subscription. So if you haven't, jump on, $5 a month. Ledesma, he'll win it for the Monarchs. Going forward, he's going to be taken down from behind. It's got to be yellow shown here. It's yellow shown here. Amico in the 89th minute of play.
Tell everybody about a change of pace. Everybody I talked to, or ever coach, that change of pace, getting past that player. You don't have to be the quickest. He does great to get his body in between those two, and he knows the challenge is coming. Earns a yellow card, slows the play down. You got to think that a 1-1 tie now is a good result for the Monarchs, even though it's at home, being a man down. If you get a win, great. But if not, just don't lose that 1 point. Keep the unbeaten record here at Zion Bank Stadium.
Monarchs' last game here, a 0-0 draw against Las Vegas Lights. Like Chad mentioned, still undefeated. Ledesma forward to Velasquez. They'll go past him. Good opportunity here for Orange County. He's in. Can he get a shot off? Hey there, Sparrow. There to make a deflection. Sparrow maybe just had the save of the game to keep things level. Gallagher. Monarchs could attack. Ledesma looking forward.
He's had a few of those. Just unbelievable run here by Godoy, and a great ball. Great ball in behind. I'm not sure why he slows down and passes off. It wasn't a bad pass, but it looked like he might have had the better shot. Connor does a great job of closing down the space and makes himself big. Very brave move here. Keeping that one goal, actually takes it off the chin.
2 minutes of stoppage announced here. Connor Sparrow might be the defensive player of the game after that save.
Oh, he's got my man of the match for sure.
Looking forward, Mare, he's onside. Monarchs have a chance. Mare, shot and a goal! Juan Mare in the 91st minute of play.
What a moment for Juan Mare. You could actually hear the fans sigh because he stopped, and then he just absolutely sends a crack into the far post against Rawls, who's been stopping absolutely everything. Connor Sparrow's save leads to this. Unbelievable ball forward. I missed who actually played it forward. Great run by Juan Mare. Ball gets caught behind him a little bit, collects himself, fires it in the top left corner to give the Monarchs a 2-1 advantage over the Orange County Soccer Club.
It almost looked like he made a mistake as he'll see yellow. Shirt was off. Looks like he's down now. Excuse me, another player's down.
Just looks like cramps, grabbing for the toes.
That's Chang down with cramps on the far side. Marshall Stoddard, head trainer for the Real Monarchs, gonna be waved on.
It's always a worthy yellow card for a forward when you can take your shirt off in the 91st, 92nd minute after scoring the potential game-winning goal.
Monarchs still have to play strong here for the last few minutes.
And it was Chang that played that ball in, cutting him back in on that side, and then finding Juan Mare, and then he sent it. He actually gets a finger. Chang plays in behind here. Takes a touch. Defender thinks he's got him set.
Orange County sending everybody forward.
What a great moment for Juan Maria. Let's see if they can hold it up.
Monarchs have to defend here. Mare back defensively.
And the fans are in it.
Can't be much left here in this one. 2 balls on the field. Amico will send it in. Jedi-like forces here from the Monarchs as Mare might have found the potential game winner. Velasquez going forward. Mare, can he keep it in?
That's smart. Just
Mare does a good job now. He's sitting down on the bench. But it'd be a throw-in for Orange County. Can't be much left in this one. 2 minutes of stoppage were announced. Goal came about at the minute mark.
I don't think the Orange County coaches there wanted him on their bench.
Quinn, he'll play it forward, looking high and long. Defended by Gallagher, might be a corner kick. Brody's able to...
And I'm actually
unable to keep it in.
I'm kind of surprised that they gave the corner kick because I didn't think that Gallagher got the better of Nielsen there.
Orange County sending everybody forward. Rawls going forward. Only man back
Not even
will be Powder.
Goalkeeper adding another 6'3" in the box. Remember a game against Columbus Crew when William Hesmer came forward against when I was playing for Toronto and scored an unbelievable goal against us. So
this is one of the challenge. Monarchs down a player here. Corner kick coming for Orange County. Is this the last gasp? Inside the 18, cleared away. Brody's gonna go forward, and Brody trying to play it forward. He's gonna get on his horse. Keeper's out. Oh, Brody tries with the slide.
The groundhog goes to ground again. I'm not surprised.
Orange County still moving forward. Gallagher rises up for the header. Ref checks his watch. Quinn again inside the box. Headed. Still inside the 18. Monarchs trying to defend. Takes a deflection. It'll be a corner kick. Must have been 3 or 4 minutes now played. 2 minutes were announced.
There really should be no reason to add on time here. There was really no delays in the game. There's been way more time than stoppages right now. This has to be the last chance for Orange County.
Orange County trying to find the equalizer. Looking back post. Headed inside the area. Duke. And that's a handball, and full time has been played. 90 minutes of soccer, and the Monarchs walk away with 3 points here on May the 4th.
And Juan Marrero, the hero of today. But I still can't change my man of the match. I still have to give it to Connor Sparrow. Even though that was a great goal and he's the reason why they won, Connor is a big reason why they won. He only conceded a PK and must have made probably 5 great saves throughout the game to keep the team in it. Without him, could have been a much different scoreline.
Monarchs, like I mentioned, walking away with 3 points tonight, move even with Orange County on 15 points. Still, the Monarchs coaching staff a little fiery, worried about the extra stoppage time that was given here late in this match.
And 2 games to spare, 2 games in hand on Orange County Salt Lake, or Orange County SC, I'm sorry. But you go to 5-1-1 now, an unbelievable record, picking off right where they got back from the last game or from last season. It was a great performance, great finish. Great game to watch.
And a positive to take away for the Monarchs as well. Did that final, scored the game winner, a man down.
I mean, it's even more impressive that they did it, but Orange County's pushing players forward. They smell the blood in the water. They think that they're going to be going forward. If anybody's going to win, it's going to be them. Chain cuts inside like he's been doing all game. Juan Murray makes a great, just rounded run, arced his run, perfect, timed it perfect, great run in behind, and a great finish. Keeper gets a hand to it, Rawls gets a hand to it, but couldn't stop it.
You have to speak to what Michael Chang did tonight, a goal and assist, the first ever goal here at Zions Bank Stadium, and as well, came away with the game-winning assist. He had himself a quality night. There's multiple players that we could talk about having quality nights. If you're Orange County, you have to feel a little hard done in a game like that. You did well to get back level just before the half, but were unable to close out even up a man.
I mean, it's definitely a game where you hang your head at the end of it after playing such a good game. They went down early. They had the better of the possession the first 5 minutes, take that goal against the run of play. Then it kind of goes, they get that goal right before half. You think they're going to be the team that come out and have that really energetic type second half. But it was actually the Monarchs that came out firing, and they had the bulk of the possession, I want to say, in the second half. I could be wrong again on the stat sheet. But
At the same time, I think that it was a great effort put in, and they definitely deserved win. Any team, I think, today would have deserved to win.
Monarchs really were pushing for that victory. It was something that you felt like was on the cusp, and the guys just needed to make that happen. Now the monkey's off the back.
Yeah.
They're here back at their new home, Zions Bank Stadium, with an opportunity to try to make this the fortress that they felt like Rio Tinto Stadium was.
Oh, what a fortress it was. Undefeated last year, and they're still maintaining that so far here. We thought they were going to come out with another 1-1 tie. That would have been an okay result, being down a man. But to get that win and that 3 points is going to be so vital. Now they pull to the top with the Orange County FC, SC, and with 2 games in hand, and they're flying high right now.
Excuse me, second game of 4 here at home. Sebastian Velasquez out, shaking hands with supporters, enjoying this victory, trying to take it all in. Often players after ties don't feel like they can take it in, but after a victory, you know, sometimes you have to take advantage of those opportunities.
Well, I don't know if they actually had it on camera, but Velasquez, right after the game, I thought he was running over to one of the cheering sections, but I think he went over and went to go hug Chewbacca.
He went and hugged Chewbacca.
Force was strong here tonight, and he felt it, and it's just an exhilarating performance and something they can really be proud of tonight. The Monarchs played a great game.
Monarchs back here Wednesday night, Wednesday and Saturday of next week. 2 more opportunities at home to see if they can find more points and an opportunity for them to continue to rise in the table.
Yeah, which I think they will do. They have a great squad, lots of depth as we've seen. Juan Moreira comes in, does a great job. Ledesma comes in out of the academy, great skill, real confidence, seems like a right-footed Sebastian Velasquez. Really excited to see what comes from him. And then Gallagher came in and didn't have a whole lot to do right away, but really showed up right in the last 5 minutes, especially after that goal with a couple blocks and clearances.
Gallagher held down the fort for the Monarchs. Pay went 90 minutes. Sparrow went 90 minutes from the first team. A couple guys getting minutes and opportunities down here. Yeah, Silva with 45 as well. Monarchs, like I mentioned, back here next Wednesday nights. We hope to see you here. From our production team here at Zions Bank Stadium, Chad Barrett, Landon Southwick, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll catch you next Wednesday night as the Monarchs take on Swope Park Rangers.
Go Jazz.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.